Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Who We U'd, an unofficial Doctor Who watch along podcast. My name is Ben, and I'm joined, as always, with my co host Cam. Today, we are talking about the fifth Doctor episode, Black Orchid. Before we jump into the episode, Cam, how you doing today?
I am doing pretty good. We're recording this on Halloween.
Ooh,
Probably after this, going to be watching Halloween. I
ooh.
know you talked about I think it was last episode you talked about that you watched it for the first time.
Yeah,
You should have waited, Ben. Watched it tonight.
I guess I was looking for something to watch that day, and it
Hmm.
was on Plex.
Hmm.
So I said, "Oh, I'll try it." And I didn't want to watch it with ads.
Hmm.
So then I spent the next like 20 minutes trying to find where I can stream it.
Hmm.
But that's not here or there. I wanted to ask you. I saw on Discord you were playing Dispatch.
I wonder why was that on my Discord?
Were you on PlayStation?
So on my PlayStation does it link to my Discord?
I guess so.
Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's in my cart right now
Hmm.
because I think it looks cool.
Hmm.
Is it cool?
I've been enjoying it. I got it last week. I, like you, a big Telltale fan.
Yeah.
I knew that this was like basically a spiritual sequel, that this is kind of like the guys that a lot of Telltale ex Telltale people. I like the premise. The premise is very interesting. That it's about, if you're not aware, it's about a superhero dispatcher. To go more into it a little bit without spoiling, it's about basically somebody that was a hero that's no longer a hero and now has to be this dispatcher to become a hero once again. Main character is voiced by Aaron Paul, but it's good. I don't think that it's great. I think that there's something there that's missing, but I don't know what. Like it's very much like a Telltale game.
Yeah. I was gonna buy it when it came out last
Yeah.
week, but I saw it was on like a weekly release schedule, which kind of turned me off because I'd almost rather just like binge it in a weekend rather than having to wait.
But also, I understand that, Ben. But honestly, I like things when it's more episodic. When it is, because it's like it allows me to like have time to breathe in between. When I binge something quickly, I forget about it more quickly because I consume it more quickly. But when I have it stretched out a long period, I remember it more. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And I think that this so far, the cliffhangers for both episode 2 and now episode 4 have been very strong. Both cliffhangers made me go, "Oh shit!" And then I'm very excited for the next week. I will say that I think that the actual dispatching stuff of the game, it's in that weird state of I think it's cool, I think it's fun, but it's like I don't know how much of it. I wish I could do more of it, but at the same time, I'm like, I wish I could do less of it because that's not really why I'm here. Of course, I'm here for the bridging narratives and characters and making my choices in this narrative.
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of interesting to play this game, and I feel like I never had enough time to actually play the actual dispatching part of the game, where I'm dispatching heroes.
It's in like a weird middle ground where it's not enough for you to get attached, but enough where it disrupts the flow.
Yeah, in a way, it's kind of like I still haven't cracked it yet. And I feel like each time I'm like, is this my fault or is this the narrative of the game that's doing this? That's like they're setting me up to fail, you know? I would like it if there was like a side area where like episode there's episodes and then there's another thing where it's like I could just play the dispatching game like without any narrative and I could just play that and have fun with that.
Yeah. I saw a couple Steam reviews saying that that would be good while they wait for the next episode to come out.
Yeah, because it is fun. I would listen to a podcast and just play that and get a trophy for doing it X amount of times or whatever. Because I know that some of those dispatching mini game stuff is linked to trophies, and I'm like, oh, but to get to there, I would have to skip the cutscenes. I guess I don't know if you can even do that, so I'd have to have it on, leave it on for X amount of time, and I don't know. Anyways, I'm very much invested in the story. I'm interested to see where it goes. I think the characters are extremely strong. I would recommend playing it if you like to. If I know that you said you have Telltale stuff.
Oh yeah, Walking Dead, particularly season 1 is one of
Yeah,
my favorite games, period.
yeah, I love that one, and then Tales from the Borderlands. I really loved.
Wolf Among Us is really good.
I never played Wolf Among Us. That was one of the ones I never played.
Well, you got time before 2 comes out.
Ben, is it ever going to be coming out? But anyways, Ben, this is not a Telltale podcast.
No, this is a Doctor Who podcast. Again, we're talking about Black Orchid today. Before I jump into that, I should say the kind of thesis of the podcast is I have watched Doctor Who from Unearthly Child to now. That's the sum of all my experiences. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And Cam,
I was a Doctor Who fan since I was a kid, and I pretty much classic Doctor Who is very much like the big ones or the ones I could get my hands on before everything was streaming. And this is my chance to fill in those blanks.
yes. And I'm a very new fan. I've only been watching Doctor Who for about 2 years now.
Well, you don't have to say that, Ben, because it's fair.
I mean,
You've been going on this journey for 10 years now. It's been taking you a while.
just clarifying that this isn't a childhood obsession or
No, no,
anything.
no.
I grew up in a Star Trek household, and that is still my one true love.
Mm.
But Doctor Who is very good too.
Like, I'm very curious to see what Skydance Paramount does with it.
I don't know, man.
Because Strange New Worlds people do like, right?
Some people do, some people don't. I'm in the camp of it's very good. Probably one of the best shows in the last 10 years.
All right, pause. What is your favorite thing about the Paramount Plus Star Trek shows? What do you think is the best thing that came out of that?
Like the best show?
Yeah, or season or whatever.
Maybe Strange New Worlds.
Mm.
Either season 1 or 2. I didn't love season 3. It is the closest I would say to capturing the not the original series, but like
The Star Trek formula.
the golden era, I would say. Deep Space Nine is my favorite. I would say, like, I also really like Discovery,
Mm.
but that is really not a traditional Star Trek show. It's not really an ensemble. It's just about Michael Burnham, who's fine. People really like Lower Decks, but that's
Mm.
like an adult animated comedy, and those just aren't that much my jam. So I haven't really given it a proper shot.
What's the show where they went into real life? Is that same show?
Where the Lower Decks people
Yeah,
are real, that
yeah.
was, it was a crossover episode of Strange New World season 2
Because I saw that on my timeline.
because they went, like the episode, it, like, starts off animated, and then they go through a portal, and they're in the past now, and they get to geek out, like, "Oh, gee, it's Pike."
Yeah.
And they're still very, like, animated and bubbly, and
Mm.
but it's like the voice actors just acting now.
Yeah.
It's kinda neat. If I was a Lower Decks fan, that would have been, like, my favorite episode, but I'm
Yeah.
not a Lower Decks fan.
Did you watch it all, or did you only watch a couple episodes of it?
Lower Decks?
Yeah.
I've seen, like, the first half of season 1.
Mm.
I keep meaning to go back to it, but that's one that I have not yet. That and Prodigy.
See, I want to get more into Star Trek, but the problem is, like, I don't. It's so there's so much of it, Ben. There's so much of it. I don't
I would
know.
say the best stuff.
But I don't. I'm not listening to you, Ben, because your thing would be stop in the beginning and work myself up. I've always debated about doing next gen, but like people are like the first like season of Next Generation is like it starts off bad, but then gets really good, and it's just like I don't want that. I'm scared of that hump.
I get that. I think it's like a lot of shows where, like, as an example, The Office,
Yeah,
the first season is not great.
yeah. But the difference is that first season is like 6 episodes, and
I
the
know.
first season of Next Gen is like 24.
Like a lot of TV shows, it takes time for you to grow attached
Yeah.
and for the actors to figure out how to play those characters.
Hmm. We're going really off topic here. We're just
I know.
people coming here for Black Orchid. It's like, what the fuck is this dispatch of why are they talking about Star Trek for longer than they talked about Doctor Who this episode?
I want to keep going. While Next Gen, like season 3, season 4, season 5 is way better,
Mhm,
if you haven't spent that time and grown the attachment to those characters, I don't know if you'd get as much out of it
mm,
as you could.
mhm.
Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, they all kind of connect.
Yeah.
I would say they all start off kind of rough,
Mm.
and then each of them grow to be some of the best television I've ever seen.
What's the one with my boy Robert Picardo?
That's Voyager.
Ooh. That's got my interest just because of Robert Picardo.
Oh, he's awesome. He plays a hologram that becomes sentient, and
See,
he's
you got me there. Robert Picardo could pull that off.
he is the best character in Voyager, hands down. I will say the captain, Janeway, the main character,
Mm,
I hated her for like
mm.
the first 2 seasons. She was obnoxious, more so than, Picard or Cisco. But like a lot of things, she grows on you. She figures out how to play the character. It's great.
Mm,
That's also the show that does a lot of really cool stuff with the Borg,
mm,
really expands them. Those 3 shows are really good.
mm.
So I would recommend one of those 3 if you wanted to get into it.
If I did anything, I would probably just be like, all right, what do I have? I would probably look up and see if there's any watch order list of just like, all right, what do I have to watch in season 1 and 2, and then like what do Star Trek fans recommend? Basically, I would try to find the consensus. It's probably like a Reddit. There's probably a Reddit pages
Ah,
dedicated to
there
this.
probably is. Original series its own thing,
Oh yeah, but like
and
I have my experience with that because I've seen
yeah,
I've watched my dad's a big fan of that, so I watched all those episodes. That's the good ones. I've skipped the bad ones, of course.
yeah. That's what I would recommend. Enterprise is not very good, at least what I've seen of it,
Mm,
'cause I literally couldn't stand it.
mm.
It's not even though it's only 4 seasons long, so when it takes 3 seasons to be okay, that's a problem. And anything newer than that is varying levels, that's
You
getting
know,
into the Kelvin movies and the
you know, fun fact.
yeah.
Like if you think about it, once Discovery aired, it was the first time since the original Star Trek series where Star Trek and oh no, I might be getting that wrong because Next Gen started in '89, correct?
That sounds right.
I think it was '89, so maybe there was if
87.
'87. Oh, so no, Classic Doctor Who was never mind then.
Are you saying like, "Oh, when is the first
There
time
was
that
there was a
they
good
aired at
point.
the same time?"
It's really weird that there was a good point of time where Star Trek wasn't on TV, but Doctor Who was. Even though there was a long period where Doctor Who wasn't on TV, but Star Trek was, you know? But now with Skydance Paramount, we're never gonna have a time without Star Trek. It's a too big of an IP. It's the same thing with Doctor Who. These IPs are never gonna go away now.
Yeah. We're at a point where I don't know how things are going, because there was a moment in time in, like, 2020 where there were 5 ongoing Star Trek TV shows at the same time,
Mm.
and right now we're down to 1, which is just Strange New Worlds. On the horizon, there's Starfleet Academy, which has Robert Picardo reprising his role,
I was about to say, I thought Robert Picardo was coming back in some show.
but aside from him, it's, like, teenage romance drama bullshit that I don't
Mm,
think looks very good. So, I don't know. The movie that came out
mm.
too, Section 31, was horrendous. I think I might have even talked about it on the podcast.
You did. We had a conversation about this on the pod.
I love Star Trek so much. I worry about the
You're gonna
future.
get more of it, Ben. It's not like Doctor Who where there was a chance of like, "Oh god, what's gonna happen here?"
It's never gonna Stranger Worlds is the closest we've gotten, but I don't think it's ever gonna get as good as we had it in the 90s.
See, as a Star Trek movie fan, I will say that I love the movies.
Which ones?
All of them. Except I've seen First Contact for the Next Gen ones, I never saw the other 2 'cause I read that they were bad.
But you saw the 6
Yeah.
original and the 3
I didn't
Kelvin?
see actually the last 2 of the originals because my father was like, "Don't watch those, those are really bad."
5 is bad, 6 is okay, because I think 5 is the one that William Shatner
Yeah.
directed, and we don't like William
Oh,
Shatner.
also Generations. But anyways, I really would like another one of those. I want to see Chris Pine as Kirk again. I want one of the Calvin
D Star
givers.
Trek
They've
4,
been working on it for so long.
development hell, but supposedly it is coming.
The last thing was Doctor Who, former Doctor Who director. Why am I having a blank of his name? Shit. He also directed the first 3 episodes of Andor. Starts with the J, Ben. Starts with the J. I'm not looking this up. I can do this. I can fucking do this. Okay, he directed the episode Big Bang, Pandora Opens, Christmas Carol, Pulse Book, Astronaut, and Day of the Moon. What's his name? Did you look it up, Ben?
I don't know what information you're trying to learn.
The director that's attached at the moment. I'm looking it up. Toby Haynes, that's what it fucking was. Which I'm curious.
I don't know. I mean, more Star Trek is more Star Trek, but aside from the first one, which I think is okay, Into Darkness and Beyond didn't do it for me.
I liked Beyond, but I loved that first one, the 2009 one. When Chris Hemsworth is fucking dying, let's no, like it's just fucking, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
I haven't watched it in probably 10 years.
I tried to watch it in college with Ryan, and Ryan was too much of a bitch. I just turned it off. I was like, I can't handle this. You're just critiquing this movie the whole entire time. I can't do this. Shut the fuck up. This is not the movie that you want, but this is the movie we got, and it's fucking fun. Kirk is blasting Beastie Boys. Okay, this is a Kirk for the new age.
They are planning on releasing more like direct to Paramount Plus television movies. They want to do one every 2 years.
but is this before or after the Skydance merger?
I'm not up to date with those
Because
happening.
you know what I'm saying. Everything with Paramount Plus is thrown out the window now. They lost Taylor Sheridan, Ben. You know how much that fucking means to Paramount Plus?
No.
Ben, that means everything to Paramount Plus. That was the only thing they had except for Star Trek was Tyler Sheridan. You don't know who Tyler Sheridan is? Or Taylor Sheridan?
No.
He did Landman, man, with fucking Billy Bob Thornton. He did Yellowstone. He did 1813, 1913, whatever the hell. He did a bunch of shows.
Those are television shows you're naming? I don't know any of
Oh, so
these.
many He is the king of dad TV at the moment, Ben.
I guess I'm not a dad.
You do not understand. But you know who's not the king of dad TV? It's John Nathan Turner. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Black Orchid. Ben, take it away.
Actually, we're gonna be talking about Picard today.
I have not seen it. I just know that supposedly the first two seasons sucked and the third one's supposed to be great.
Pretty much, yeah. It's because the first 2 was just, like, a random
Ben,
sci-fi
Ben, Ben,
show,
Ben, Ben.
and
Ben, we
Picard
can't do
is
this. We got
there
a show to
being
do.
old and sad, and then 3rd is where it's actually a next generation sequel
But also,
show.
it's what Alex Kurtzman wasn't as evolved. I think that's the story also behind the scenes.
I buy it, yeah.
Why did they give the fucking Transformers guy the keys to fucking Star Trek? That's a fucking weird thing that happened.
Is he a
Yeah, he's
Transformers guy?
Transformers. He also did. I think he wrote The Beach. The Beach is a fine movie, but it's a very generic science fiction movie. He also did The Mummy. He directed The Mummy.
Ooh. Amazing Spider-Man 2, Star Trek Into Darkness, Cowboys and
He's not
Aliens.
a good screenwriter, Ben. And they gave him. They were like, okay, here's the keys to the Doc universe. Oh, that didn't succeed. Well, here's Star Trek.
Is Mission Impossible 3 a good or a bad one?
It's an average one. It's really much carried by Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance as the bad guy.
Is 2 the one that's like a 2 out of 5 on Letterboxd?
Yeah, but also it's kind of a 5 out of 5 in moments. There's been a big trend that happened on Twitter recently of somebody posting a silent cut of it, and they said it rips the movie by far. It's directed by John Woo, who's like Hong Kong action director, and he knows how to just do imagery well, just like fucking pigeons just fucking running in slow motion. Like it's just like this is fucking badass.
A silent cut. I saw a video essay talking about watching Star Wars in black and
Mm,
white, silent/Japanese
mm.
dubbed, and how much it still works. It's based on the
Ben, we still have again. We have a podcast that we have to do about Black Orchid. You can tell how much we care about Black Orchid. Give us the brief, Ben. What is the story? When did it come out?
So, it came out March 1st to March 2nd, 1982, over 2 nights.
Ben, before you get into that, I want to point out something real quick. We haven't talked about it at all this season. I don't know if how. I think this is part of the problem of you not being as much in the Doctor Who community because you can't be because of spoilers.
Yeah.
Doctor Who community loves the statistics about ratings. How many people watch the episodes of the show because there's that crossover of autism and Doctor Who fandom. And of course, autism, they love the numbers.
Oh, holy shit. I scrolled down. Why is the
So
viewing figure
tell
so
us the viewing
high?
figures, Ben.
Part 1 is at 9.9 million and part 2 is at 10.1 million.
So this has been, I looked at the viewing figures. Basically, this has been the whole season 19. Remember, if you joined us last season in season 18, was down the tubes. It was like 3 to 4 million, 5 million.
Why is it so high? Do they just think Peter Davison is hot?
I think no, I think part of it is one, the time change. Remember they moved to like weeknights.
Yeah.
Two, I think part of it is that like a lot of people came in for Castlevova and they never left. They must have just kept on like, oh, I like this. I like this guy. This is fun. And they just continued just joining, coming back every week.
Hmm. And it's twice weekly now instead of
Yeah.
once weekly.
Which I think probably does help in a more modern time of the 80s.
This, of course, it's on BBC One. Have to mention that. This was written by Terrence Dudley, who previously directed Meglos and wrote for to Doomsday, and will go on to write. Oh no, he also did A Girl's Best Friend. He wrote that, and he will go on to write another two-parter, King's Demons, directed by Ron Jones, who this is his first one, and he'll do several more Fifth Doctor and two Sixth Doctor stories.
The big one being Vengeance on Earth, which many people consider to be the best Sixth Doctor story.
Yeah.
But I also want to point out before we move on from that, did you see that John Nathan Turner thought about directing this for a bit?
I was looking in the notes of the wiki page here, and I
Yeah.
did see that, yeah.
But it must have been just like he couldn't do it because of production stuff. You know, being a producer takes priority. It's a shame that he never directed an episode of Doctor Who. I would have been interested to see what he would do because he does a fantastic scene he directs in Five Doctors.
Well, enough beating around the bush. Cam, what did you think of Black Orchid?
All right, before I get into it, I want to tell my history with Black Orchid.
Do you have a long
A
history?
long history. So the town next door had a couple of Doctor Who DVDs, one of them being Black Orchid. So picture this, Ben. A 9-year-old, 8-year-old Cameron going, renting this from the library, putting this DVD copy of Black Orchid on the TV, and they just fucking playing cricket. Nothing exciting is happening. And I just go, screw this. I have better things to do with my time. I did not watch Black Orchid in its completion. I don't even think I got halfway through the first episode. I think I just got to the cricketing part and I was like, this is not my cup of tea.
Fair.
And you could probably imagine that an 8, 9-year-old in the 21st century was not going to probably find this be a gripping story.
Yes. Maybe if you were a little British schoolboy in
Yeah.
1980s.
But I'm coming in it from that perspective. If I have that history of Black Orchid, I was like, oh God, I'm going to be dragging this. It's going to be so boring. I actually quite enjoyed Black Orchid. This is not a bad story of Doctor Who. It's very British. Like, my God, it's a British. Like they're playing cricket, they're this high society party type thing, and like they're rich. You know, the rich British are like not aristocrats, but like I don't. What do you call rich British people, Ben?
Nobles?
But like not nobles, because that's also like fucking. That also means a royalty. Like you know what I mean? Like upper class British society. Yeah, it's fine. It's a two-parter that is pretty well paced. It's kind of fun to be able to have a really rare instance of a pure historical. I think this is the last pure historical we will ever have.
Yeah. And it's the first one, I believe, since the Highlanders in season 4. So it's been a long
Yeah.
time.
That one of the best things about it is that the production design is very good in this episode, I would say. Like I would imagine this is the budget episode, but like you really can't tell this is the budget episode just because the BBC has all this stuff lying around, of course.
Yeah. And a lot of it is outside, so it's
Yeah.
on film and it looks great.
Yeah. Except for of course the cricketing, which is just like I don't get it, Ben. I don't get cricket.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. He's a good bowler. He hit the sticks.
Our American brain just cannot compute.
I thought it was just like baseball, but with a flat bat, but it seems like there's more going on.
There's way more going on, Ben. It's like America, we understood it. Just go around the bases, hit the ball. But anyways, Ben, what did you think of Black Orchid? Because I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Actually, before you get into it, I just want to say real quick, I forgot to mention this. I like how it's kind of structured. The first half is kind of just meandering, and it's just kind of Doctor hanging out in this period piece. and the second half is a murder mystery story.
Yeah.
I kind of like that structure of it.
Yeah. I I don't know. I go back and forth on the pacing. I want to say it's not perfectly paced, where
No,
there's not enough. If it's a little bit rushed, but also there's not enough where you would want to do this as a four-parter.
no. Oh, dude, this is a four-parter would kill me.
Even if you added more stuff to have it fill 100 minutes instead of 50.
There would have to be more murders, you would imagine, and just like tension would just keep on building and building and building.
Yeah. But for I think for a pure historical, where it's just there's no monster, there's no nothing. It's just
He is accused of murder.
yeah. But he's like, I don't know. There's like a mental illness thing, so it's like
Yeah.
they don't really fault him for it, although he does die.
Yeah, who knows if he was gonna get arrested and put on trial, and
I mean, probably, but like
do they have the chair in Britain at this era?
I don't
The
know.
death penalty exists?
But yeah, I thought it was fine. For two parts, in and out, very fine.
You could imagine a world that this is a lot worse than what we got.
Oh yeah.
So what do you wanna talk about first, Ben?
I think the most peculiar thing in this episode is we have a body double of not the doctor, like we've had in the past, but of one of his companions. We have Nissa and we have Anne, who looks just like her except for a mole on her shoulder. And they point at it and say, that's kind of weird. And it comes into the plot a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's mostly just,
But it comes to the plot as, like, the end bit, basically, it's not like it's like
yeah,
it doesn't come back at into the plot of, like, why they both look the same. It's not like they will become long lost ancestors of what will become the talking race, that the talking race is actually the humans, and, like, nope, there's nothing like that.
no. It's just how peculiar. And it doesn't really come into play other than for like a visual gag. Uh like plot wise, it doesn't come into play until the very end. But honestly, if you removed this bit, it wouldn't really change anything.
Yeah.
Whether that was Anne or Nissa that he grabbed at the end there, wouldn't have changed much. The
No.
doctor still would have rescued her. But it's a strange thing, I think, to include.
Yeah. Also, you know what's also another strange thing about this story?
What?
When the doctor is accused of murder. And what does he do, Ben? He just goes, "Well, you know what? All right, you're not gonna believe me, but I'm a time lord, and like I travel in space and time, and this magical box that's infinite in space, but it's just a police box. And I'm telling the truth, guys. You gotta believe me." And what he does is takes him to the TARDIS, gets them into the TARDIS, and they're like, "Oh, doctor, you're completely innocent. I guess you weren't lying. This is fucking. This
Yeah.
is some wild, dude."
Which the fact that, okay, he is like a magician, let's say, doesn't necessarily mean he couldn't have strangled that person. It just means he's also just extra weird. But that must mean if he's telling the truth about being a space wizard, then that must mean he was telling the truth about not killing this person.
But thank God somebody gets murdered when he's with the police chief, whatever the hell his name he is.
It's not worth remembering or looking up.
Yeah. He's just a policeman. I do like that one police officer that just comes in there and is like, "Oh boy, this is something, huh?"
Yeah. He's very willing to tell people and show people that he's a Time Lord with the TARDIS.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Liz never went into the TARDIS.
No.
It took, like, 3 seasons for him to tell or I don't remember who, but I know there was someone where maybe it was Joe or maybe Sarah, where it took, like, 2 seasons for him to say, "Yeah, I'm a Time Lord." Do you know who I'm thinking of?
Joe, remember the TARDIS was in Claws of Axos, which is still season 8. Um, Sarah is it's like right after is Time Warrior, so I don't know who exactly you're talking about. I think it's just Liz does just never even sees what the TARDIS is like inside.
But, I mean, earlier, he isn't as free with that knowledge that, like, "Yeah, I'm not human."
No. Especially when he's on Earth. Like the Brigadier doesn't go in the TARDIS until the Three Doctors.
That's kinda crazy. I did get spoiled that he's gonna be here soon.
Yeah.
My father's gonna freak out. He loves the Brigadier.
But you know who that was supposed to be Ian, which is so much even sadder.
Yeah.
'Cause especially at this point, like, this would be the right opportunity to have Ian back in the show. It's been so long that you'd be like, "Oh my god, they buy him back?"
Starting to get sidetracked. Is Jacqueline Hill still alive at this point?
No, I think she just recently passed.
Oh, she doesn't die till 93.
93, oh, okay.
Although I guess she already came back,
Yeah.
if you count what episode was that even?
Meglos. How dare you forget Meglos?
I knew it was one of them.
But anyways, the Black Orchid, so yeah, the doctor goes there, he plays cricket. He then meets up with the cricket players, and then the one of them brings him back to the manor, whatever the hell you call it. Then they get, like you said, they get introduced by the look-alike, and they're like, "Oh my god, they look the exact same." And then they have like a little potty. What do you think of the little potty, Ben?
It was cute. I mean, I think Tegan was pretty. Nissa's dress was weird.
I found it very funny
Adric is
when
a piece of shit who just wants to stuff his face as usual.
but he's a growing boy, Ben. Let him grow. I find it funny when so Tegan orders a screwdriver, and then Adric and Nissa. No, I think it's just Adric that just says, "I'd have the same."
No, Nissa does.
And then the guys as like the head of the manor is like, the children just have orange juice. I was like, oh yeah, these are just like they're not even drinking age. Remember, like, what the fuck is drinking age in like this time period even it is? But like,
Adric wants a lemonade.
okay,
Tegan says a screwdriver.
Nissa wants a screwdriver.
Nissa says, "Yeah, I'll have the same." And then he says, "Orange juice for the children," which I don't know if that's including Tegan or if because Adric definitely got lemonade.
Tegan's getting her screwdriver. She's not gonna be dancing around like that without that screwdriver. A little bit of liquid courage.
Did you like her dancing?
It's dancing all right, but I find it funny that it comes back later on when Anne is shocked by getting kidnapped, and they're like, "Oh, let's give her some brandy. A little bit some brandy's gonna calm you down."
Mhm.
But yeah, like the companions are really just not really in this story, just because.
It's mostly them hanging out while
Yeah,
the doctor is lost in the mansion.
in the first pot, and then the second pot is much more just like it's just the doctor.
Yeah. And the other people are just following him
No,
around.
he doesn't even figure out the mystery. He's just kind of proving himself innocent, and then he stumbles upon the mystery.
Yeah.
'Cause it's so fucking we need to be out. It's only 50 minutes.
Yeah. What do you think of the, air quotes I don't know if there's air quotes or not, the villain of this episode, George.
Probably, like, there's something in there that's, like, not politically correct today. I don't know if that happens when you cut off somebody's tongue, because like, he gets, like, burnt, doesn't he? And then they cut out his tongue. I remember in particular they said they cut out his tongue.
Yeah, they cut out his tongue, he gets, like, tortured, his mind broken,
His
his
mind breaks, and then he just becomes, like, crazy,
yeah.
and he start killing his people. Ah.
I mean, yeah, single-mindedly going after Anne, and anyone who stands in his way is, killed.
Yep. Not too much to say. It's I guess it kinda works as a mystery because it's set up in a way, but also you're like, "Okay, I guess."
Yeah, just kinda rushing to the conclusion here because I don't know how much more there is to say.
There's not a lot to say about this story, man.
How could this story be elevated to the next level?
Maybe have the conspiracy not just be, "Oh, the brother's actually still alive and he's just crazy." Have it be more like, "Oh, but, like, she's actually killing people for, like, tax money," or some shit like that. But even that's kind of
Yeah,
fucking lame. And honestly, Ben, I don't got that much to say to improve it because it's so fucking 2 pots. It's in, it's out. It didn't do me harm.
yeah,
It's just a two-pot Doctor Who story that's kinda like, "Okay, it happened."
it did happen. Well, let's talk about our favorite cliffhanger.
Oh, no, special effect. What's your favorite special effect, Ben?
I thought George's kind of deformities looked convincingly gruesome,
Yeah, I would say it's fine. Nothing in too particular, but it's fine.
reminiscent of is it Greel
Yeah,
in
Magnus Grail.
yeah. But for cliffhanger this episode, the unknown finger in the doctor's stolen costume, attempts to kidnap Anne, is caught by a butler, whom he then kills, and then he reaches down towards Anne's unconscious throat. What was your favorite cliffhanger this episode, Cam?
I might be partial to the first part cliffhanger. I don't know. You have to get back to me on that one.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I think the first one is the best cliffhanger of the whole story.
Wow. Bold takes here on who we would.
Indeed. So, Cam, how would you rate Black Orchid?
7.1. That's better than Castrover, in my opinion.
This is the most 7 story for an average rating of 7.05. Talking about the polls, Doctor Who magazine does a poll every decade or so since the 90s. In 2023, which was the most recent one, this ranked 13 out of 20, which is the same as it was in 2014. In 2009, it was ranked 12, and 98, it was ranked 10. So it's trending downward over the years. Fairly low, but also there's not really a lot of room to work with. Like I've gone on Reddit and see people say like, "Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite stories." Like there are Black Orchid defenders for sure.
I could imagine this being a warm blanket type of coziness to be watching this story.
Especially with Peter Davison, I feel like. I feel like this is an apt fit for Davison for whatever reason.
Oh no, I couldn't imagine the story with Tom. Like or even Pertwee. Like it just doesn't work.
Yeah. You need a calm and collected guy to do this.
Yeah, I mentioned before how like Peter is kind of generic doctor, but like this is the story that's really fits his doctor.
Yeah.
But in 2014, the last time there was a full poll, it ranked 156. Above it was The Awakening, another Fit Doctor story, and below it was Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, which I think this is better than Dinosaurs on a Spaceship.
Dinosaurs on a spaceship?
Yes,
What is that a new series
new
episode?
series episode. You can guess what the episode's about.
Is there like a spaceship with dinosaurs on it?
Ben,
Or is that
bingo.
spoilers? So join us next week for it's a big one. Earthshock.
Ooh, I wonder what's gonna be the villain in this one.
I mean, we can only wait and see.
It's gonna be excellent. You don't know the reference yet.
No, I don't know the reference yet. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Peace out, everyone.